Hello everybody, Joe Bag Notes here, and welcome back for another episode of One. Yeah, let's continue our journey in courting the mentally disabled. Hopefully there won't be too much to skip through. It seems like we're pretty firmly on the Mayu Route now, but, you know, they're still in common, so as we can see, there we go. I was hoping to ask Nanase in the morning, but it doesn't look as though I'll have the time. Yeah, we're gonna fucking steal your uniform. Yeah. Is my microphone volume up? It's a bit? Maybe I'm too close, I don't know. I feel like I'm louder in my own ears than I normally am. It's weird to describe, but it's just how my recording setup is. No, it will not. Don't worry. Nanase is a transfer student too. No one's gonna notice another. This is a really bad idea. You're just too cautious. That's because you never try to accomplish anything on your own. I do it out of compassion for your lonely personality. That's why you gotta help me out this time too. And for a penny and for a pound and all that. That's true. Chatting between ourselves as usual, we hurry onwards towards the school. If it's possible to be good or bad at talking while running, I'd say we rate somewhere near incredible. I ponder this as we run the remaining 200 meters. At the end of first period, we have the first break of the day. I call then Nanase outside to discuss the uniform. Nanase, there's something I have to speak to you about. Sorry for the trouble, but come up to the roof. Nanase, give me your uniform. Hey, wait until I finish! So, that's how it is. So, how about it? Yeah, why don't you wear that? I know you said you like this, but why does the school allow that? Like, what's the point of a school uniform if you don't have to wear it? Unless it's like in the fucking student handbook or whatever, that it just says you need to wear a uniform and it doesn't specify the uniform. Now, if you're happy with the one you're wearing now, you've got no need for it, right? Especially one that's a little, different. Not if I know Hige. There's no way he could be bothered remembering the number of students in our class. Hige has a particularly liberal education philosophy. So long as they're raised to grow up healthy, it's all good. Good teacher. Of course, it's all very well to have an educational philosophy when you aren't the one teaching. Huh? Okay. Besides, it's not fitting for a lady like you to have what looks like something an old lady would wear. What, the cardigan? Cardigans are nice, fuck you. Okay then, just bring it here by lunchtime. Please. Please! Okay. Great! I've secured the uniform with my amazing skills for verbal persuasion. Ooh, that's gonna be tricky. Okay, just leave it to me. Whew, it's over. I take a stretch as the chime rings for the end of fourth period. No matter how often it occurs, it's always nice to hear the chime that signals the beginning of lunchtime. Grrr. I hear another sound intermingled with the chime. You're so embarrassing, Nanase. Then who was it? Behind. I turn around to see the wall. Spooky. There's no one here. Must be a ghost. hold on, I gotta open my bottle of booze. Don't worry, I'm not getting drunk. I'm just adding that cream liquor to my coffee. Because it's really good. Nothing like fucking alcohol and Dunkin' Donuts coffee, man. It's good for the soul. That was my blind spot. Yeah, I feel like eating a lot today. My usual flavored buns won't cover it. I could eat enough for 5 people. Okay, senpai. Never know. Maybe I could eat that much. I'll definitely eat that much. Realizing that Nanase isn't going to get any more irritated from further questioning, I head towards the cafeteria on my own. Packed as always, I see, with the same 6 people. I wander around the weary crowds looking for an empty seat. Food here isn't particularly tasty, but nor is it disgusting, and it's cheap. I think that's the secret to its popularity. Have we read this? We have. Where are we? Give up, let her eat her fill. Okay, I give up. I'll go and fetch it for you, so just eat as much as you like. But you really ought to take things in moderation. Senpai, didn't you just say something about a little more? And now I kind of want curry, but it's like 11:30 and no places are open that I can go and buy the ingredients. And no place is open for me to be able to, you know, just buy it. Fuck. I'm gonna have to wait till the Indian place opens at like 11 tomorrow. I see. So pork curry for 3 people is just a little more. Nothing can surprise me at this point. I line up the 3 plates of pork curry that Senpai had ordered in front of her. She happily begins to move her spoon. Her pace remains unchanging until the very end. She stacks the 3 empty plates on top of the existing mountain. Senpai, don't you feel sick? No, forget it. It's nothing. Man, I love a girl that just reeks of curry. Surprisingly common trait for visual novel heroines, huh? Nah, I'm pretty sure that I'm the normal one. By the way, Senpai, do you always eat here in the cafeteria? And that we've ever seen that. We got fucking ramen spilled all over us. Ask her to clean it, maybe, if I can find the place on the guide, because I'm blind and completely lost it. No need to do that. I'm fine with how it is now. Sorry, Mio. The girl's expression begins to cloud over as she hears me speak. She looks downwards, as if holding back tears. At last, she begins to emit a series of sobs. I don't like where this is going at all. No, wait! It's not crying just yet. I hurriedly rush to my own defense. Senpai's enjoying all this as a bystander. I miss you, Senpai. Okay, fine. Please wash my coat. The girl's expression instantly lights up. I was going to say lightens up, but lights up is okay too. She happily accepts my uniform. Hugging my uniform to her little body, getting herself covered in ramen broth, she gives a big bow before tottering off. When she reaches the cafeteria exit, she turns back towards us again and gives another deep bow. Somewhat dumbfounded, I can only stand and watch as she disappears from sight. What a strange girl. After all? Couldn't you, like, smell her? Come to think of it, now that she mentions it, I get the feeling that she's right. That really is one strange girl. But we can't focus on that because we got another weird, strange girl to worry about. Well, I didn't mean you not to say, but yes, you are pretty weird and strange. Thanks. I quickly shoved the paper bag inside my desk. Gotta be quick getting this uniform to Sheena. If someone finds this thing stuffed in my desk, I'll be in some real trouble. Or not. You could just say, not say just having me store it for her. She sits right in front of you. It's not that far-fetched. Just say that her desk was full of garbage and had nowhere to put it. Boom, problem solved. If you get defensive, you automatically make yourself look suspicious. But if you just, like, answer it, like, really nonchalantly, people will just be like, oh, okay. But on the other hand, you might just call this a valuable item. Not really, she probably hasn't even worn it once. If I brought this to the right kind of shop, it'd fetch a pretty high price. Well, you could also just lie about that. What's more, it'd sell for even more amongst Nanase's fans. After all, she's probably worn it at least once. Ha 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 ha. Keep the enjoyment to myself. Yeah, it'd be no joke if this thing gets blown up into something big and Nanase finds out. I'll just keep this high-class sensation to myself. Though to be honest, I can't see what's so good about this thing. Oh, I really want to try sniffing it. Fuck! Don't do it. Alright. We're gonna sniff it, but then we're gonna go back. Smell. That's right. Isn't the smell supposed to be the main point when it comes to things like this? Not that I know. I tried taking part of the uniform out of the bag. Placing my nose against the hem of the sailor uniform, I tried taking a sniff. Nothing at all. All I smell is fabric. Just what's supposed to be so good about this? Suddenly, sensing that someone was looking at me, I take a look around. Ugh. My eyes meet with Nagamori's. Nice timing. Just wonderful, Nagamori. You've just been witness to the most shocking scene. Somehow, I doubt she's thinking that I wanted to blow my nose and just happened to use Nanase's uniform instead of a tissue. Just what am I gonna do about this afterwards? Well, I don't suppose it'd really matter if it did nothing, but... Nagamori turns up at the moment lunch begins. Nagamori, got a moment? Let's go out into the corridor. Don't get any funny ideas. I only used it to blow my nose because I was out of tissues. No. What kind of twisted, lustful guy do you take me for? Yeah, surprisingly, he's pretty normal when it comes to sex. And, like, pretty respectful, too. Very surprising. Especially coming off from the fucking sociopath Takeru from Love Love. How dare you, like, fuck Makoto on the hangar floor? Do you know how dirty those floors are? They're just lined with pigeon shit. Birds get in there. Because, you know, it's usually warm and out of the rain and snow. Just you fucking walk by the hangar door, just absolutely coated with shit. And that's where you had your romantic tryst. Unbelievable. But this Kohei guy, he's pretty aight. Okay then, I'll be handing that thing over to you. Thanks to my usual good behavior, I managed to get away with that ridiculous excuse. I feel a little conflicted about it, though. Okay, now we'll go back and follow what the guide said. Don't do anything stupid. I better not try anything stupid. If someone sees me doing something strange like that, there'd be no room for excuses. Well, apparently there was one, but I decided to focus on the lesson. When lunchtime comes around, I bring the paper bag over to Nagamori's desk. Hey, Nagamori, here. Realization dawns on her as she looks inside the paper bag. It'd be bad if someone found out that I was carrying this. Having dropped off the uniform, I return to my seat. As afternoon break begins, Nagamori and I wordlessly exchange glances and leave the classroom. Nagamori clasps the paper bag containing the uniform to her chest. Well, knowing how much time she has on her hands, it's not as if she'd be too busy to remember. The problem is her actually remembering. Dashing down the stairs, we hurry into the courtyard. That is where we were to meet. Please stop talking about your dead ferret. There, standing by herself, is Sheena. Are you talking to your stuffy? Look at my watch. We're here right on time. It's Sheena's who's arrived a little early. Who's arrived too early. Knowing her, she might have been waiting here for us since morning. She passes the paper bag to Sheena. I went through hell getting hold of it. You better thank me. Nagamori leads Sheena into the shade behind the trees, beneath some trees. Why don't you, like... Well, I was about to say go to the change rooms, but the school doesn't fucking have any. It seems she's having some difficulty changing, as I can hear a stream of strange sounds like ooh and hua. Yeah, it's also really fucking cold out to be, like, taking your clothes off. Finally, having managed to change her without incident, Nagamori comes back out. Also notice that their fucking uniform is, like, really deep cut in the neck. Like, it's a real fucking deep V cut for the scarf. A little weird that they don't have any, like, undershirt. Like, normally with, like, some sailor uniforms, you see, like, it kind of has that extra piece of fabric there or whatever. You know what I mean. You guys can picture in your head. What am I picturing? I'm thinking of the school uniform from Melancholy Haruhi Suzumiya. Let me look at it. What does Haruhi's uniform look like? Because I feel like it has like that extra, almost like pyramid of cloth that comes out of the neck there. Haruhi Suzumiya. Good book. Read all the books. Yeah. Specifically so it's not so fucking deep cut and your collarbones are showing. Following after her, Mayu reveals her uniform look. It's a little big after all, isn't it? Yeah, you can just say it's hand-me-downs. Next, we'll need a desk and chair. I'll grab one from an empty classroom. Stacking one on the other, I bring a desk and chair over from an empty classroom. They won't notice just one going missing. Right, Sumi, move back one space.
Hi.
I'm telling you to move your desk back. I'm gonna put this one in front of you. That which we call limits are often different from what you'd expect. I shove Sumi's seat against the back wall with my feet and add Sheena's new desk in front of him. Hey, Sheena, this is your seat. Nah, fuck Sumi. How old do I look, you idiot? Why don't you stop talking nonsense and say hello to her, you idiot? Nanase comes around with an expression full of interest. Sheena pulls on Nanase's pigtails. Even if it does look fun. Finally, she releases Nanase's hair.
このクソが
Go on, Nanase. Introduce yourself.
私は七瀬ルミ
Yeah, like there. Fucking Nanase has it. You know, the little extra cloth thing I was talking about with how the scarf works. No idea how like how that works with how it's sewn. Like, is that just like an additional piece, or is it like attached to the scarf, or is it? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how this works.
ってあーミュー痛い痛い
Without a moment's delay, she's pulling Nanase's pigtails again. She seems to have taken a liking to them, seeing them as ferret tails. Maybe that's why Mew fucking died. She kept pulling on him.
ごめんね七瀬さん泣いてる
Don't ferrets like have issues with like their guts getting tied up in knots and them fucking dying from gas?
泣いてなんかないわよ
Want me to cut those off for you?
そら
I don't know, I think you'd look pretty good with short hair. I really liked your ponytail, but short-haired Nanase? I can see it. Yeah. Perhaps considering her future school life, Nanase turns back to her own seat with shoulders drooping. But there's no room for her to move back, as curious onlookers on the class have already encircled us. As Sheena looks up and around the class, everyone begins to bombard her with questions at once.
誰だ？誰の妹だ？
かわいいね年はいくつ
また転校生か。え？違うの？
Stay away, you idiots. Sheena, you don't have to answer those questions. Just take your time fitting in amongst them. I tap her on the cheek. As always, our lesson is proceeding as normal. Or not. Sheena turns about, looking at Nanase and me while noisily going, meow, meow. The plan was to see how the arrangement went for the last hour of class today. But at this rate, a full day with 5 or 6 hours of class is looking impossible.
ほらミュウミュウ言ってるじゃないかまってあげなさいよ
Do that now, it'll ruin the whole plan.
私にもうるさいのよそれで一緒に先生に怒られたりしたらバカみたいじゃない
Well, given that Sheena is probably in a different year to us, there's no way she could find these lessons interesting. Hey, Nanase? Tell Sheena that during class we're supposed to copy down the words on the blackboard.
はあ私
I mean, you're closer to her. I think? No. No. She'd be sitting directly beside us because when we're copying the tests, the mystery girl is diagonally in front. Okay. Then what's sit next to her? Or not? Question mark? Huh?
仕方ないわね
I've completely lost the fucking spatial awareness of this classroom. Nanase leans over and whispers into Sheena's ear.
黙って黒板の文字をノートにって
Yank! As to be expected, Sheena pulls down on Nanase's pigtails.
あ？どうしたそこ？
Just say you fell.
なんでも七瀬さんが泣いてます
It's an uproar.
大丈夫七瀬さん
By the time the clamor has settled down, Mayu is... Well, this works too. Sleeping. After lessons are over, the class becomes enveloped in noise. Those with things to do quickly leave, while those without gather around the desks and chat about trivial things. Personally, I don't have any plans for the afternoon. I guess I'll go home. Slinging my bag over my back, I quickly leave the classroom. It's already past peak hours in the after-class corridors, so there aren't as many people passing by as I thought there'd be. Is this red text? Oh, hey Akane. Oh, it's Satomura. Not having noticed my presence, she leaves the entrance hall. I too change my shoes and set off down the road back home. Okay, bye. Hello, eternity. Bye, eternity. A morning kiss. Mwah. I think. Morning kiss. No, you can't get up from that. Yo, Nanase.
Ohayo.
Oh, what are you doing? Nanase is clasping her pigtails in her hands.
見ればわかるでしょ。守ってるのよ。
Patter, patter. Sheena runs up and grabs hold of Nanase's pigtails at a point above her hands. Bol bol.
朝っぱらからこれよ。
How about you plant something in those pigtails?
何をよ。
Like a cactus or something? That way Sheena won't stop pulling on them.
髪の毛の中にサボテン隠して歩く女なんて嫌すぎるわよ。おはよう、七瀬さん、まゆ。
Leaving her bag on her desk, Nagamori comes over to say hello.
ちゃんと一人で来れたんだね、まゆ。今日は授業たくさんあるけど頑張ろうね。じゃあもう始まるから戻るね。
We scatter towards our respective seats as the chime rings for the beginning of class. As lunchtime comes around, the class begins to either unfold their lunchboxes or leave for the cafeteria. Sheena stands amongst them with a blank look on her face. What's wrong, Sheena? Where's your lunch? No, you can't say that. That's not your line. The cafeteria it is, then. At school, there's this place called a cafeteria. The people without lunches can either buy a self-service lunch there or buy bread from the cafeteria next door. Should probably say like school store or something next door. It'd be weird to have two cafeterias next to each other. It's a little complicated, but go and have whatever you like. We definitely need to go with her, my guy. No? Really? Okay, if you say so. I should harden my heart here and make her go by herself. It's important for her to obtain lunch on her own. If there's anything you don't understand, just ask one of the people there and you'll be okay. Okay, go. Oh, what's wrong? Aren't you hungry? I thought so. You can't get through the afternoon classes with an empty stomach, right? Okay then, go. Curious about our exchange, Nagamori comes over. Oh, I was gonna send Sheena to the cafeteria on her own, but... Sheena snuggles up to Nagamori as if pleading for help. Hey, Nagamori! Sheena probably isn't doing it on purpose, but if she goes up to her with an anxious face like that, there's a good chance Nagamori is going to... say something like that, and she does. Ah, you idiot. That defeats the purpose of her coming here to school. Ah, come on, Sheena. Don't go crying to Nagamori. Go by yourself. At last, she turns around and patters outside the classroom. No. Who knows? Me? I've already bought mine. I show her the bread in my hand. Really? Yeah, I guess you're right. Right then. Nanase, let's eat. Hey, Nanase, that fried egg sure looks delicious. I'll take that. I lift the fried egg from her lunchbox and slurp it down. Ooh, nice and sweet.
楽しみにしてたのに。もう公平ったら。ごめんね七瀬さん。ほら、私の卵焼きあげるよ。いいの？いいってば、私いっぱい入ってるし。
Ooh, Nanase, that cutlet sure looks delicious. I'll take that. This time, I swipe a scrap of cutlet. Ah, check it out. Now I've got a cutlet sandwich. I insert it inside my bread and show her the result.
私のおかずが。もう公平めちゃくちゃだよ。ほら、七瀬さん、ハンバーグでよかったらあげるよ。いいの？いいってば、私他にもおかずいっぱい入ってるし。
Damn, now I kind of want some Salisbury steak. Fuck. Dude, I shouldn't be recording this when I'm hungry. I just woke up. It's almost midnight. The contents of Nagamori's lunchbox gradually deplete as I continue to pick at Nanase's lunchbox. After this, I'm gonna be fucking grinding on FF14 for like 12 hours because like I said, I got back into it over like the past 2 days. I've leveled up Bard to 50. Now I'm gonna go work on Lancer and Dragoon, and I've also been working on Botanist and Carpenter at the same time. The grind is endless, my guy. Holy shit, fuck the grind. Especially those crafting ones. Oh, it's terrible. The contents of Nagamori's lunchbox gradually deplete as I continue to pick at Nanase's lunchbox. Nagamori's lunchbox, Nanase's lunchbox, whatever. Same thing. They're both getting empty. It's as if I'm eating Nagamori's side dishes.
私のは良くて、水香のはダメだって言うの？
No, that's not what I mean.
だったら私
Did
が
I
食べ
read
た
that
らい
right?
いのに。
Yeah.
私だったら怒んない。
No, I've had enough of yours.
そうかな。そんなに食べられた覚えないよ。ほら、食べてみてよ。美味しいと思うよ。
She begins to stuff her side dishes into my bread. Hey, you're turning my cutlet sandwich into something different altogether.
水香、あんたご飯しか残らないじゃない。
Sounds like what usually I eat. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but when I'm cooking for myself, like, I do not give a fuck. Like, just a chicken breast that's been salted and tossed in the oven, I'm like, yeah, that's good. Some plain rice, yeah, this is solid. Just a fucking fried egg and some toast. Peak cuisine. But I've been told I'm actually a pretty good cook when I actually cook for food that's going to be served to other people, because then I actually care about what I'm making. But that's pretty rare.
あれ、本当だ。まあ、別にいいよ。
Thanks to her, my tremendously fancy cutlet sandwich is now complete. I take a big bite.
美味しい？
Yeah, it's delicious.
でしょ？
しかし何があったんだろうな。
さあ、金を持ってなかったんじゃないのか？
Ah, fuck. As lunchtime ends, I overhear a conversation between the guys coming back to class. And something happened?
いや、学食で女の子がワンワン泣いてたんだ。誰かは顔はよくわからなかったけど。
He didn't have to. There's only so many people who cry in front of everyone like that.
行こうよ。
Yeah, I can think of a couple, actually. Nagamori grabs me by the wrist even before I can get up. As expected, arriving downstairs at the cafeteria, my ears were met with the sound of a familiar voice crying. I knew it. In front of the cafeteria is Sheena, quite literally going wah wah while crying. Finding it difficult to approach her, the surrounding crowd seems to have decided to become onlookers. As I step into the center, I see Sheena crying amongst a mess of bread all over the floor. What?
どうしたの？一体。
Picking up the scattered buns, I noticed that they're all hamburgers. Come on, what happened? Won't know unless you tell us, right? Yes, yes, hamburger. Yeah, these are hamburgers. And so you tried to buy them? Not enough burgers? Or you didn't have enough money? How many did you pick up, Nagamori? Borgor. I picked up 7. Sheena, don't tell me you were about to buy 12 of them. Even if you did, you didn't need as many as 12, did you? She opens up her tightly clasped hand. There's a single 500 yen coin sitting in her palm. Then we'll probably have to cut that down to 2, because I doubt the juice is fucking 20 cents. That's one thing I like about the fucking school lunches when I went to high school. They were pretty bad, but they were only like $2. Like, for, I don't want to say a big lunch, but, you know, a decent sized lunch. You could either go and get like a wrap, which I usually did, just get like a fucking shredded beef wrap with like some fucking rice and beans for like $2. And then I would just go sit in the computer lab by myself. Not for any real reason, just because fucking none of my friends were in that lunch period, so I might as well just go fucking chill in the computer lab. Because I was friends with the marketing teachers who were also in the computer lab rooms. I'm pretty sure I've told the story before, but one time, I had study hall, like, fucking first period in the morning. So I would also usually just go down to the computer labs and fucking chill there, or the library, because fuck just sitting in the cafeteria doing homework. I never had any. And all the marketing teachers and the accounting teacher were like, hey, do you mind, like, watching the labs for us? I'm like, sure, question mark? They're like, okay, cool, we're going to the fucking Macy's doorbuster sale. We'll pick you up some Dunkin' Donuts on the way back. I'm like, fucking solid. So I just, like, chilled there for, like, an hour and a half and got, like, some free dunks out of it. It's wicked. Nice. 1 hamburger for each hand. That's all you need. Can you really eat all that? 2 hamburgers isn't that much, my guy. I guess there's no helping it then. I'll loan you the money. So be sure to pay me back, okay? But you don't need 12, do you? How many do you want? 2. No. That's definitely too many. Make it less. What's next, Hachi? Well, your lunch money isn't going to support that many. Why not have something cheaper? Honestly, that's still pretty cheap for a hamburger, like $1.60. No, I've got enough, but make it 6, okay? I really don't think you can eat any more than that. In the end, I pay 40% of the cost for the hamburgers, and Sheena returns to the classroom, happily holding her beloved hamburgers in her arms. That's her lunch. Pouring them on top of Nanase's desk, she quickly takes one and begins to eat it. She seems too preoccupied with eating to respond, but it's easy to see the answer just by looking at her. Watching on in exasperation, we too return to our lunches, although Nanase has already finished hers. Munch munch. Gulp gulp. Did you seriously just only eat one hamburger? Sheena wipes her mouth on her sleeve in satisfaction. Oh god, don't... hamburger grease on your sleeve? What? There's still a heap of untouched hamburgers lying on the desk. You couldn't finish them after all, could you? What are we gonna do about these leftovers? Yeah. Yeah. In the end, Sheena only managed to finish 2 hamburgers. Incidentally, in the magnificent display of wastefulness, she abandoned the 3rd one after a single bite. Just what did I lend her that money for? I mean, you can probably fucking crush 4 hamburgers, my dude. Easy. I mean, and you paid for them, so rightfully they're yours. Kneel yourself. I'm gonna start eating, okay? Sheena shakes her head from side to side in denial. What else are we gonna do then? You're gonna have leftover school hamburgers for dinner? Ugh. Oh god, please don't forget hamburgers in your desk. That's so gross. Oh, it's gonna smell too. Not like bad, but it's just like your desk is just gonna smell of hamburgers until the end of school. She wraps them back up, including the half-eaten one, and places them back inside their bags. As she hands them over, the chime rings for the end of lunchtime. We spend lunchtime just eating lunch. Oh, God. Hey, look at that, a complete sentence. Even though it was only 2 words. Ah, it's just a toilet, Sheena. Go find it on your own. There are plenty of toilets in this school. You'll run into one somewhere. Bad advice, bad advice, bad advice. Having steeled her determination, she gives a single nod and patters outside the classroom. And in her place comes Nagamori. The bathroom. No. Well, then we're gonna have a fucking real issue on our hands. You got a point there. You got a point there. Maybe I should have gone with her just for the first time. You are? Okay, I'll leave it to you then. Isn't she being just a bit too helpful here? Well, I guess that's just how she is. Finally, the chime rings for the beginning of the next class. Amongst the students returning to the class, I spot the 2 of them intimately chatting and laughing together. It's the end of 6th period. Like everyone else, I too get up from my seat and sling my bag on. With nothing more to do, I leave the classroom. Passing through the corridor filled with members of the Going Home Club headed for the entrance hall, I walk towards the club room. But this cold. It's unbelievable. What? Who? About to go home too? Yeah, that's the plan. I stand there casually, watching the crowd. Ugh. It's cold in here after all. Even colder when I'm standing still. I'm impressed that you noticed. Well, that's because it's freezing. Nope. Give me your coat. Senpai, why don't you give me your coat instead? Yeah. Well, I better be heading home soon, too. Thank you, Mio, for giving me my coat back.
これで解散だね。
Yeah. Okay. Waving to each other, we each go our own separate ways. As I walk down the corridor alone, once again, I think to myself that I'm gonna hit the skip button. Changing my shoes at the entrance hall, I head outside. Ugh. The December wind is mercilessly cold. If I didn't have my coat, I'd probably fall over unconscious. I set off on the road home while thanking the warm blazer that covers my body. As if timed to coincide with the end of dinner, the phone rings just as I'm about to enter the bath. Hello?
長森ですけど、浩平？
Who else would it be when you call? Yeah? What's wrong?
マユのことなんだけど。
What about her? Yeah? I look down at my toes. My nails sure have grown. Oh god, trim your toenails, guy. That's gross.
やっぱり無理がある。
But also, what a real thing to be doing when you're on the phone, just like fucking, just looking wherever. You mean lifer as a student?
なんだかすごくかわいそうになってきちゃった。これ以上あんな姿は見ていられないっていうか。
Yeah, it's pretty bad. She definitely should be in a special ed program. You know, it would be the best for her to have like proper faculty members and facilities that'd be able to accommodate her special needs instead of just trying to force her to go through regular public education, where she will have a difficult time and it'll be even harder for her. If she doesn't like it, then she can just stop coming to school. So as long as she continues to come to school, she's showing that she's willing to try. We'll watch over her until the end, as her friend. What's wrong with that?
そうだね。
Well, because what she might want might not, you know, actually be what's best for her. Yeah, and what's more? Don't go home with her too often. Try not to go home with her too often.
どうして？
She's always sticking around us because we do things together, right? We've got to put her in a situation where she can make her own friends to go home with.
あ、そうだね。
Mm.
わかった。そうするよ。
Is that all you wanted to talk about?
おかげで少し迷いが晴れたよ。ありがとね。じゃあね、おやすみ。
Yeah, good night. Putting the receiver back in place, I go in search of a nail clipper. Alright, this is gonna... Well, it might not be too bad, but honestly, like, I barely, like, use a nail clipper for my toenails. Most of the time, I'm just sitting at my computer desk and I have my multi-tool, so I just, like, fucking pop the knife out and just trim my nails that way. Because usually I don't want to go all the way upstairs just to get the nail clipper to fucking have toenails all over the bathroom, because... oh god, I'm choking. I'm dying. You guys know how it is. You fucking... With toenails, they're pretty thick, so you fucking clip them and they go beep, they fly wherever, and they're fucking lost. Lost to time. And it's like, well, that's gross. Then you're just gonna step on it later. But if you just, like, take a knife and just, like, kind of cut it off, you just have it there and you can just go toss it in the trash can. Personal hygiene's important, guys. Don't get athlete's foot. It just doesn't go away. I've been fucking fighting my athlete's foot for like 5 years. It's not because I have bad foot hygiene. It's because when I was in Mississippi during the summer, wearing my boots and fucking socks, yeah, just the bottom of my foot basically fell off with how wet and humid it was. Which means the fucking fungus is like inside my foot and there's nothing I can do to stop it. It's bad. I would just need to like fucking cut my whole foot off. Which honestly at this point doesn't sound that bad. Only flares up occasionally though. Lying down in bed, I quickly fall asleep. Yeah, eternity. I literally don't care. Uah!
どうしたの浩平
We arrived at school without any problems.
そうだよ
It's kind of a shame.
どうして
It doesn't feel like morning if we're not in a rush. You think so too, don't you?
思わないよやっぱり朝はバタバタしない方がいいよ
Really? Oh, to me, it feels like there's something missing.
そんなこと言うの浩平だけだよ
It's not too late. What do you say we make some trouble?
そんなことしなくてもほら
She shows me her watch. Oh, the chime's about to ring.
だから急ごうよ
I guess there's no helping it. Let's go. Exchanging nods, we head for the classroom. We dash into class just as the chime rings. With the end of semester exams coming up next week, many of our teachers are summarizing the key points of the subjects for us. Study this. This will be on the test. This is important. Look at this. Write this down. Classes at around this time are amongst the most important. Sometimes there are teachers who will even tell us to memorize this part, essentially giving away free marks. That's why even I'm awake and paying attention throughout the class. As usual, once lunchtime comes around, I find Sheena standing there, staring blankly into space. Seems pretty usual for her. Sheena, you're going to the cafeteria again, right? Have her go on her own. Okay, Sheena, today you're gonna go get your own lunch again. Right then, off you go. She patters outside the classroom.
心配だな
I am too, Nagamori. You didn't even game plan with her, be like, alright, how much lunch money do you have? Okay, this is how much everything costs, which means you can only buy this, this, and this. It's just gonna be a repeat of yesterday. Even she should be used to it by now.
今日も七瀬さん
One time isn't enough to form a habit. Unless it's like fucking heroin. Yeah. Right then, Nanase, let's eat. Fucking rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub. I take a seat in front of Nanase's desk and sit down so that we're face to face.
また来たのね浩平七瀬さんの弁当取ったらダメだよ
Nah, I was thinking of giving her something back today in repayment for yesterday.
え
I split my curry bun in half and squeezed the contents out over Nanase's rice. Yeah, I remember that. It's not very good. Just then, Sheena comes pattering back. Hey, you're back. Wait, what the? Once again, Nanase's desk is buried in hamburgers.
昨日と同じだけあるわよこれってまゆお金は足りたの
She went and got 1,000 yen. Should have seen this coming.
まゆこんなにも食べられないでしょ食べれる昨日も4個も残したでしょ食べれる食べられないのにこんなにたくさん買ってきたら
I mean, I could probably eat 10 hamburgers if they're just single patties. Which, considering it's a school lunch hamburger, it's probably just, you know, the burger and some cheese. So 10, yeah. I mean, if I was on an empty stomach, I could crush 10 hamburgers, no problem.
食べれるもん
You just don't learn, do you? So, what about your drink? It seems she just realized that she hadn't bought one.
お金はいくら
None. Ah, this is bad. She's about to cry. I've told you before, you can't ugu. That's copyrighted. That's not your line. Hurling the change in her hand onto the floor, she breaks into tears. Take care of her, Nagamori. Nanase, we're gonna go look for the change.
私も
Come on, quickly. Nanase, get down. What? Nanase and I get down on all fours to gather the chain Sheena had scattered while Nagamori consoles her.
何が悲しくてお昼ご飯の最中に床を這い回らなきゃなんないのよ。
Because you're such a good person like that. The coins we managed to pick up come to a total of 40 yen. Sheena, is this all that's left? Sheena nods while Nagamori holds her. Listen, you shouldn't abuse money like that. I pressed the 40 yen firmly into her open little hand and closed her fingers around it.
でも40円じゃ何も買えないわね。牛乳でいい？牛乳でよかったら私の飲ませてあげるよ。
Nagamori's milky? She shakes her head, looking disgusted.
牛乳体にいいんだよ。
Yeah, milk is great. What the fuck are you talking about, girl?
甘いのがいい。
Like some whole milk? Fucking all day, dog. I'll drink like a fucking half gallon. I think this means she doesn't want my can of coffee either.
あ、七瀬さん、グレープジュースだね。
Give it.
え、私？
It's being requisitioned. At last, we single our options down to Nanase.
グレープジュースがいい。
In the end, we settle things by having them share Nanase's juice.
こら、ストローにソースつけたままにしてかないの。
Yeah, some hamburger backwash in your grape juice. Munch munch. Glug glug.
もうお腹いっぱい。わあ、ジュースもう空じゃない。
As usual, she only finishes 2 hamburgers and part of another, with the remaining 3 left untouched. The end of class chime brings me out of my slumber. Ugh, there goes another day of classes.
まだあと1時間残ってるけど。
What? Oh, that's ridiculous! But looking at the clock, I can see that Nanase is right. Ah, damn it! I could have slept for another hour. It's a frustrating thought. Well, that's okay, because I'm gonna go to sleep again. I get up from my seat and head out into the corridor.
公平、まだ1時間残ってるよ。
I'm just going to the bathroom.
あ、そうなんだ。
Why is she keeping such a close eye on everything I do?
今
Because
日
you're
は
not
ど
very
うしても
reliable.
出なきゃならないんだよ、部活。
Hey, and then we bumped into Mio and threw her pencils down the stairs, because, that's what you get for being a side heroine. That is a fairly short route compared to the others. I think hers was only 3 parts. Compared to, like, Akane, who is fucking everyone calling her out, so hers was, like, 6. Even though it's the exams next week?
だから行くね。
Okay, then give it your best. In her place, Sheena comes running over as soon as she's finished packing up her things. What's wrong? You want me to go home with you? But I just convinced Nagamori not to do the same thing last night. Still, we'll have exams next week, and we won't be able to see her during the holidays, so I guess it's okay just for today. Yeah, let's hang out. Right, Sheena, let's go and have some fun. Looking overjoyed, she waits for me to name the game with eager eyes. Let's see, how about tag? That should be interesting, to run and chase around a place this big. Still, given how clumsy looking Sheena is, the result is pretty much given. I know, let's go by these rules. Actually, Nanase will be playing too. It'll be a race between us to see who can tag Nanase first, okay? Decided to add an element of chance to the game, giving Sheena a small chance of winning. By the way, I lied about Nanase's participation. I'm pretty sure she's still somewhere inside the school, though. Okay, go! Mayu's first to patter out into the corridor. I could easily catch up to her at this speed, but I decided to head the opposite way. Where's Nanase likely to be? She might still be running around, observing the different clubs. She would definitely be the cultural clubs. Knowing her, she's probably gone mad and decided to join one of the cultural clubs. Moving to the other school building, I walk up the floor with the cultural club rooms. As expected, I catch sight of Nanase further down the corridor, poised to knock on one of the doors. But not just Nanase, I see. What? In addition to discovering Nanase, I also see Sheena charging towards her at an incredible speed. Ah, damn it, I won't be beaten! Even if it's just a game, I'm never sparing effort when it comes to a challenge. Except this route when we went easy on the race with Senpai to the rooftop. Nanase! I slide across the floor, hugging onto Nanase by the legs. At the same instant, Sheena jumps onto the top half of her body. Oh my god. She's fucking dead. The two of us traveling with extra momentum, causing the bottom of her body to go left while the top half goes right. As a result, her body whirls around by 90 degrees. At the same time, Nanase tries to brace herself by grabbing onto the door frame with her right hand. The result, oh my god, we're gonna fucking break her wrist? Ah! By the time we look up from our heap on the floor, the door to the Ikebana Club is nowhere to be seen. What the fuck's Ikebana? Oh, is that the fucking flower arranging? Because the H would turn into a B because the way fucking Japanese, like, fucking consonants change depending on where they are in the word. Yep, flower arrangement. Or did you just, like, rip the doorknob off? Nanase is holding the door with one hand. We're getting out of here, Sheena! Grabbing a surprised Sheena by the arm, I make her retreat at full speed. Ah, poor girl. I'll bet the Ikebana Club isn't gonna let her observe after all that. I sympathize with her just a little for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I guess we'll call this a draw. Not bad, Sheena. Her eyes narrow with delight as she scratches her... What? As I scratch her beneath the neck. Weird thing to do. Okay. Now that we've gotten our exercise, let's go home. You're gonna get fat and, like, clogged arteries. Sheena's feet come to a sudden halt as she's tottering forwards. Her gaze is fixed upon a hamburger store, one of a chain stretching across this area. Yeah, it's a shop selling those hamburgers you love so much. You just had them for lunch. Her mouth hangs open with greed. It isn't long before her saliva is threatening to spill out. Ah, gross. You're so gross. You still got the ones left over from lunch, don't you? Eat those. She's actually holding the plastic bag containing them in one hand as we speak.
Teriyaki burger.
I don't like teriyaki burgers. In fact, I'm not really that big a fan of teriyaki in general. Teriyaki. If I remember correctly, the hamburgers at school are pretty basic things with just a patty and lettuce. No cheese? And the only place you can get a teriyaki burger is outside the school. And just, like, no tomato either, just lettuce? What the fuck? What is wrong with your school? So, the teriyaki burger is your favorite then? Okay, let's have one next time. Don't you give me, you got dinner waiting at home, don't you? If you have something feeling like that now, you won't be able to eat any dinner. False. Going by how you were at lunch, I doubt you could. Look, even if you could, dinner tastes better on an empty stomach.
Teriyaki burger.
Okay, just one. There's no helping you, is there? Just one, okay? Ah, this girl. She doesn't even try to hide her emotions. The inside of the shop is noisy with students like us who've come to kill some time on their way home. Don't you want a drink too? You'll choke with just the hamburger. Okay, I'll go and buy you one. Ordering a teriyaki burger meal for her, I place it down on top of the standing room counter. Here. Sheena quickly reaches out and unwraps the burger before taking a big bite into it. I pick at my chips. You mean your fucking freedom fries, my guy? Because I doubt you ordered some nachos here. Fucking Europeans. Can't believe them. Calling them chips. How does something like that become your favorite food? That's okay. Swallow before you speak. Munch, munch. Glug, glug. Well, yeah, I can see that. Talk about a simple reason. Munch, munch. Glug, glug. She wipes the dirty corners of her mouth again with her sleeves. Oh, that's so gross. Your sleeves are gonna be gross. Don't wipe it there, you idiot. Use a napkin. Grabbing hold of her hand, I can see that between this and what happened at lunch, that part of the sleeve has become completely sauce-colored. Oh. Oh, man. Nasty's gonna be mad about this. I mean, it should wash out fairly easily. Well, never mind. Come on, it's about time we went. There's no need for me to accompany her home like Nagamori would. Well, I guess this is bye-bye from here. Be sure to come to school next week, even though you'll probably find the test boring. It'll just mean sitting for her, I guess. Not that a normal lesson is any different. See you later. I watch her walk off into the distance, turning around to look at me every once in a while. And with that, we are ending it here for today. Big stretch. Once again, I would like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time for the continuation of the Mayu Route. Hope to see you all then, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, yada yada, do all that. Boost those numbers, son! Goodbye!